Hello everyone, it's Sebi Matera here, reporting to you live from CNN Manila. I'm here to report to you about an ongoing genocide that is occurring in Darfur, in the region, the western region of Sudan. During its time of war, people that are standing by the bylines are being affected out of force. Innocent people are getting hurt because rebel groups and the government aren't agreeing on equal terms, based on the fight of inequality between the non-Arab Sudanese and the Arab Sudanese. The government being in the side of the Arab Sudanese, and the rebel groups, well at least some, being in the side of the non-Arab Sudanese. Honestly, both of their doing are making a bad effect on the area. The government won't budge, but the rebel groups won't back down, well at least some of them who are working on the opposite sides. The rebels are doing it for the equality of their nationality, well at least some, unlike the Janjaweed, but killing innocent people through the process doesn't make them any more inhumane. The groups that are involved in this are JEM, Justice and Equality Movement, which are one of the good rebel groups, and one of the bad rebel groups are the Janjaweed, which I mentioned before, and the Sudan Liberation Movement Army, which is also one of the good groups. This conflict occurred based on the inequality of non-Arab Sudanese and the Arab Sudanese. First of all, it violates the human right that we are all born equal, and the fact that this has been going on for more than 5 years has really stumped me and disgusted me. Even though there are many other rebel groups in Darfur and in Sudan in general, I would like to tell you about the main cause of the rebellion, the Janjaweed. Now, when I'm telling you about this rebellion, I mean the Janjaweed are siding with the government, going against the other rebel groups which are trying to fight for their freedom and equality. The main cause of death in all of this conflict is this rebel group, in fact. This rebel group has been supposedly launched by the government, for it is a fully Arabian group. The government denies the claims of the UN and the non-Arabs, even though they have directly funded their weapons and organized their attacks to the civilians. Of course, there's always something behind the grin, and the grin behind the Janjaweed is none other than the Sudanese government. The Sudanese government has been forever biased to Arab Sudanese. The non-Arab Sudanese will always put at a lower level of life. This is again breaking another human right of a right to a life. No one should be discriminated for what they believe in. It is not fair. Again, a human right is being broken. No discrimination, and yet needs to stop. In estimation, 70,000 people have been found dead and still counting because of direct murder, starvation, or diseases. And bear this amount of pain, if you let them into the current suffering, no, then why should you do anything or anything? As stated by law, cutting myself, not just any child, any adult or human being that lives in this area or any part of the world should not be treated any such like this. Now, as stated by law, the first human right says you are born equal and free. If you think so, come join the fight. If a pish-posh celebrity like George Clooney can fight, and not to mention get arrested, then why can't you? It's very simple. Very, very simple. All of this fighting is leaving people homeless and without a living. Nowadays, non-Arab Sudanese don't live in homes or even huts. They live in refugee camps with dirty water, poor shelter, and an insufficient source of food. This is what leads to diseases that kill the people in Darfur. The intoxicating food and the poisoned water. People don't only die by bullets, but they die by the food and water that once gave them life. And now it is cursing them into relenting pain and eventually death. During these tough times of war, the people with power must stand up. The people with money must stand up. And the people with determination must stand up. These non-Arabs suffer and die because they are perceived as unequal. Yet, they can't express a word to speak. Each night you go to sleep on a nice soft bed, with fluff pillows and comfortable blankets, but some people lie where the dirt is wet, and where the blood stains the land. Tell me everyone, where do you stand? This is Sebi Matera, reporting to you live.